Guys, I'm excited, right? I might not look excited, but that's just my face, right? Some people were born with an excited face like Derek's, but me, I am deadpan. This is my excited face, this is my sad face, this is my unhappy face. But you can trust me because I'm telling you that I am excited. Why is that? Well, we have a lot of tournament results. Means that things are opening back up. We're talking about the big tournaments, right? We're not talking about locals, big tournaments where people take their best decks to and they want to win, right? They want to win. So we have a lot of results, mostly standard, right? Mostly standard. And you might want to take some notes for these because this is BRO format minus like collab sets, like Monster Strike, Token Rumble. I don't think is out yet, so yeah, no Token Rumble, no Shaman King. But you know, the rest of the stuff is pretty much correct, right? And then we have some V-Prem on the side and some premium as well. We can kind of have fun, take a look and go, yay! It's not just all standard in Japan, right? So first off, this one happened on Wednesday last week. A bit late to the party. This is 193 VGCS. This was basically dominated by Roro Neroro, right? Cat Girl, pretty good. Good thing about this deck is that I don't need to talk much about it because it is just the same. Everyone builds the same. It's just a very standard deck. Took first place. This is the first place list, right? Pretty cool. Second place, again, Roro deck. Bam. This guy had more money. You can see the bling. And then third place, we had Nirvana. Now, if you do keep up with VG top decks sometimes, we saw a lot of Bab Saga at the local level last week. Very nice, right? I liked it, you know. Got great style. Looks like a great card. But when we go to the big leagues, people are still taking the Nirvana, right? People still taking, because it just works. It works. The entire way that it's built is not clunky. Everything flows together like a neat package, right? So this Nirvana taking a third place in this tournament dominated by Roros. But then coming on, we got fourth place, got a Roro deck again. So, you know, just 3 Roros in top 4 and a Nirvana. Pretty interesting. Let's just go back to Nirvana deck. Again, we see like 1 Expecta, 1 Valiantia. I think these can be either one. You can like 2 Expecta or 2 Valiante if you want. Or you can turn them into other cards, right? I think it's really up to you. Basically, flex thoughts. But that's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. And just running this up front, so very bulky lineup, so pretty nice. Now there was actually a pretty interesting tournament that happened in the Kansai region, more like is it southish, south of Tokyo at least. But yeah, this is the Keihanshin battle. Now, just a bit of a quick lore thing. Each of these kanjis represents one city in that area. So this is the Kyoto, this is Osaka, and this is Kobe. So if you want to travel there, they're actually not that far. If you go to one city, you can basically stay there and travel to the other 2 without much issues. It's just like a day trip. Most people stay in like either Kyoto or Osaka, but Kobe is pretty cool, right? Kobe beef, right? That's right. Bay State Night fans, there's a bridge. There's the bridge, right? You don't want to miss that bridge, right? But this is basically collaboration with Dragon Star, one of the shops in Japan. And what they did was pretty cool, right? They had 3 stores, I think 1 in each city. 1 in Kyoto, 1 in Osaka, and 1 in Kobe. And they would have their tournament happen at the same time, and then the winner of each tournament will play in a remote fight, and basically that will determine like the overall winner, right? Now, in both the Kyoto and the Kobe stores, they were a bit smaller. They only had 32 people that could sign up, but then in the Osaka store, they could get like 64 people, so their tournament was bigger. And how it worked was, if you look at it carefully, right, there's only three stores. So that means there can be 1 winner from each store. Now, how does that tournament work? How does the top, like, the winner of each of these play each other? No. So if you win the Osaka store, you advance directly to the grand finals. And then the Kyoto and the Kobe store, they play off in just like just one round before that, right? And then they play the winner of the Osaka store. So if you win Osaka, you don't have to play that much in remote fight. But, you know, since there's lesser players at the Kobe and the Kyoto store, you have to play an extra round of remote fight. That basically determines if you come first, second, or third. Right, so if you win Osaka, you automatically are the first or second. Right, so that's pretty cool. It's good to see these kind of events and taking like remote fight into the picture to kind of like get those intercity fights going on. And the cool thing is you have like someone from Dragon Star, like usually it's like an employee watching you play. So that is just pretty much like 1 judge from each, so making sure you're not doing any dodgy, right? Any dodgy. Maximum integrity. So that's pretty cool. It also like splits like the tournament between like 3 stores, so you know, COVID safe and things like that. That's a lot. But let's kind of get to the results, right? Enough about me, let's get to the results. So, start off with the Kyoto one, right? First place, we had Bruce, right? The winner was Sada, and he's like, Bruce, right? This is kind of like a standard Bruce that we've been seeing quite a lot with just a full deck. Actually, no, we see the Quenlu. So this is the Quenlu combo here. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Then second place, we had another Bruce. So it looks like Bruces are rising up and taking it home. Again, this is, I don't see any Quentin Lu combo, so this is actually standard Bruce compared to before. And then in third place, we have a Roro deck, so back to the Roros again. And then fourth place, we got another Roro deck. So overall, you do win these like cool looking, over triggers, like premium looking over. I think the winner gets like a mat, right? They get a I think it's a Brand Gate mat. But yeah, so this guy made it to the remote fight. He actually came third, so he actually lost in his first round of remote fight. So bad luck. He came third place, right? 3 out of 3. But yeah, Bruce actually making a showing here, right? All we saw so far has been Roros, you know. Then in the this is the I think this is the Kyoto. No, this is the Kobe store. Hang on, yeah. So the Kyoto, and this should be the Kobe store. All right, this is got the first place was actually Bastion. Right, Bastion, the Ragrill build, taking it home this time. This one really popping up, being able to be very aggressive early and get that extra reach with the Ragrill, and with the Bruces kind of dropping off a bit more, just because it's much more competitive now in terms of where like all the top decks lie. Yeah, this one took it home, man. This one actually took it home. So first place was a Bastion Ragrill. Second place was actually also a Bastion deck, right? Also a Bastion deck. This one was also with a Ragrill build as well. But he just ran Ragrill, but without the sorcerers, it seems. So he's still running like he's not running like Rafalsos as well, which is kind of interesting. He's like running Dark Strain and Kokobeel, which usually have kind of fallen out of favor. They just go max attack. But the Dark Strain, I guess, is pretty cool because it's like on-demand boost, so you can immediately commit and then just have the boost. While the I think Rafalsos, you need a Persona ride, right? So this isn't that reliant on that. But then in third place and fourth place as well, we had a Bruce, right? Bruce, all right, cool. This one's running extra defense. And then in fourth place, we had a Seraph Snow. So this one's running a Lebanon as well. Kind of interesting. We don't really see this. This wasn't really that popular. Mostly everyone just run like the old build. Or they run, I think, the new Grey Tube. This one's running the Lebanon, and this one's running like, it's like a prison switcher. So you switch when it comes to play, you switch a card from a prison with something on the field, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, overall, this, the first place from this, Mishima Yatako, came second place, right, at the tour. So he lost in the finals. And finally, we got the Osaka one. This first place was Kiria, and he was playing Bruce, right? So Bruce, he's playing a heavily defensive version of Bruce with 3 of the 20k shields, similar to the one we saw before, but 20k shields, got like 3 of it. And he actually cut out Eden, but he's got the Derek, no dogs as well, because you're running so many orders. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then second place, we also had another Bruce, right? More Bruces. So no Roros here. Yeah, Bruce, this guy is just. Is this Quentin? No Quentin Lu Bruce. Well, this one's just, yeah, defensive Bruce. Second place, just normal kind of Bruce as well, except not as defensive as the other one. He's able to run more dogs. And then interesting enough, in top 4, we had a Zorga deck. So Zorga showing up, right? So it's actually pretty interesting to see. One of the more unique decks we've seen so far, right? And then lastly, we've got the there's a Ruro deck. Man. Now, Kira actually did come first. So overall, Kira came first with Bruce. Then second place was a Bastion, and then lastly, third place was a Bruce. So all the bees taking it home. We also had some over the BVFL tournaments happen over the weekend. These are coming back. These came back, right? Pretty cool. This was at Hon Utsuki, and I think you might have seen some of these lists floating around. But yeah, these are kind of important. I think they lead directly into WGB, or it's like a pre qualifier. Pretty cool. Yeah, so the top 8 for this was pretty interesting. We had first place was Bastion, second place was Bruce, third and fourth place were Nirvanas, and then top 8 we had a Bruce, Greedon, and Roro, right? So no Roros here, not that many Roros in top 8. Lots of Bruces though. Bruce making a comeback, but the Bastion coming in first. Now, I think if we look down a bit, Ogasawara-san, he came first. He actually went undefeated in Swiss, so he basically went undefeated the whole day. But if we look at the deck breakdowns, we had Roro. It was 45 players with 11 players bringing Roro, and only one top, right? Only one top 8. So the conversion there was not very good. But then Bastion, we had 7. Again, not that many tops. Nirvana with 6, but then Bruce, we had only 5 players enter with Bruce, but 3 of them top 8'd, right? That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. So yeah, here you see like the 3 Bruce, 2 Nirvana, 1 Bastion, and again, yeah, Ogasawara came first place and was undefeated in Swiss. So pretty undefeated. Let's kind of look at the decks. They're in order of first to top 8, last of top 8, so in here. So first we can see this Bastion list. This is the Ragriel list that's been popping up quite a bit. You know, I think this is the new standard of Bastion, you know? Ragriel, Falsos, and the Sorceress. Bam. Nice combo. Everyone is kind of migrating to this build, right? Which is pretty good to see. At least Bastion's not stuck in like set 1 and 2, you know? And I think just the lower amount of Bruce players, only like 5 people join, right? Because you have like things like Roro that can also play. Makes you more like wanting to commit cards to the field rather than you wanting to just keep nothing on the field because you don't want to get Leonarded. Now you can place like Rafalsos or just be more aggressive to kind of win or get the extra reach from the Ragriel. So that's pretty cool. Right? That's actually pretty good. And then in second place we do have this Bruce. This Bruce is kind of interesting, right? Interesting. We saw some defensive Bruces, but this is another defensive Bruce. So like a three of these guys, 320k shields, you know? This kind of does help you at least live against going second, pretty much. When you go second, you are 1 turn behind some of these decks like Roro. So this at least helps you live, and that's probably one of the biggest problems when you're playing Bruce right now in the metagame. This helps you out. This helps you out. Third place, we have the Nirvana. So this person's not running any of the grade 3 Nirvanas. He's committed all to the grade 2 lineup. And remember, Virina is still pretty good. It's a 30k Virina usually. So it hits big. You don't need the 3s to hit big, right? But he's also running the draws here and some Togashi Rush, and the Himeno just brings it all together. It's like the glue. A very nice looking glue as well. But if we look at the next Nirvana list here, this guy's actually committed to 2 Expectors, and that means he just had to cut down on like a Varina, right? It's fine. Fine, you know, cut some Varinas. One or 2 Varinas is pretty cool. This guy ran front as well, so I think the trigger lineup really hasn't been set. It's really up to what you want to play. But you know, this 2 Expector can basically be anything else. It's just like a nice flex on. It's really up to you if you want to play the Expector or not. I mean, I can find some people think it's like a dead card sometimes, but you know, you can win games, you can do well, right? Then in the top 8s, we have the Bruces again. So this person is just like kind of the more standard Bruce, I think. I see like some Reginas here. This was kind of like some interesting tech in the beginning of the format, and then I think people kind of moved away from Reginas, just playing kind of even more standard stuff, and now people are kind of moving in. Just the Bruce list really hasn't been figured out, right? Really hasn't been figured out. So we can see like a more standard build here of Bruce with like 2 Reginas. And then here we have another different Bruces again. Right, this guy has this is the Quenlu combo. You know, you got the Quenlu with the guard restrict, but then you run 4 Reginas to power up those columns, and then you know, ideally you're boosting and eating them so you can kind of like one-shot them. And this guy's running like tactics. It's kind of interesting. He's like not running draws to get like the pieces. He doesn't don't have protobulbs because it just probably doesn't really have much space. But I think that's kind of fine, right? You know, Regina is kind of like a protobulb, right? Like a protobulb. But yeah, no draws to get pieces. He just went full bulb. So that's pretty interesting. Actually, no Marjories as well, because again, no space, right? No space. Now, here we have a Greedon list. Greedon list. This one is running the Hystera, right? Hystera being able to hit big in the late game, making three biggish attacks. Three biggish attacks, I guess, is kind of cool. But yeah, nice to just see a Greedon making the top lists. And then lastly, we have Roro. So there it is, guys. What did you expect? I mean, you saw the topic breakdown, so. Surprise, surprise. Then we had the V-Prem tournament on the side. The winner was actually Obake. So if you don't know that, it is a Ghosty. Yeah, it is Obake, right? It's Ghosty. Second place was ET Gear Chronicle. This was played, I'm not sure if it's the same Pico I know. I know a lot of people know of something that is a Pico, but there is a kind of a famous player that is also Pico, and that's like popped quite a few times actually. But yeah, he was playing ET Gear Chronicle, which I assume is Extra Turn Gear Chronicle. And then in third, well, top 4, we had Astral Poets, and then a Melody deck. So kind of the first 2 decks are a bit weird. Right, top 2 is a bit weird, and the top 4 is like, okay, just return back to normal. All right, so the first deck we have is just the Ghosty deck. Now I know a lot of people play Night Rose, right? And look, with this Ghosty deck, it's cool. Like, it's cool. I still think Night Rose is better. He's running the heal Ghosty because it's a Ghosty, right? And it's one of the good parts of this deck, you know, getting like a big intercept with it. But that just means you can't run Heal Guardian. So I don't know, it's a bit of a weird trade-off. But one thing is for sure, it's better than Pinot Noir. Right? Okay, second place we have is the Gear Chronicle deck. Now, the Gear Chronicle deck in Japan is pretty cool, right? He's got the 4 mystery flare, but you know, your grade 3 here, your heal is a grade 3 now, so it's extra grades, you know. And then they have this promo that we haven't got yet, I don't think. Basically, this grade 0 is a grade 4, and it's in the buying zone, so that's also a pretty good way to get like extra turns. But yeah, this is just kind of going turbo extra turn and trying to win off that. And in third place, we have Astroports. Yeah, good old Astroports just doing work as usual. Actually, this deck is a bit more nerfed now because of Heal Guardians. So you can't just ride up and wombo combo them. Now you have to. Now they might survive. They might survive. Right. And then lastly, we have just your good old Melody build, right? Just actually, it's running Lieselots over Finas, so not like your old Melody build, but you know, your Heal Guardians help your early game. And then lastly, got over the BFL at Kawasaki as well. And here, the first place was actually Seraph Snow, right? And second place was also Seraph Snow. So pretty interesting. Then in third and fourth place, we had Bruce and then Roro. And Roro was probably by Enna, so I think we've seen that name as well. And then we had top 8 was Bruce, Roro, Clarissa, and Teru. I think this is Shaman King, right? Shaman King. We can't play that in English yet. Well, at least not for BRO. At least not for BRO. The clan breakdown, let's take a look. Bruce, this one was huge. Bruce at 15 and no one top. No, two tops. So kind of a flip from Honatsuki, right? Yeah, 15 Bruces and then 14 Roros. So it feels like the Bruces at Honatsuki might know how to play the deck better than Bruces at Kawasaki. But yeah, again, 14 Roros, but the conversion I was at only 2 as well, right? 2 conversions. Then Nirvana at 6, Bastion only got 3. Only got 3. That's pretty crazy. And only 2 Seraph Snows, and they both made it. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool to see. They had 2 players which went undefeated in Swiss, so Bruce and Seraph Snow. I think this D Stan Guy is his name. D Stan Guy came first, right? So he went undefeated the whole day, I think. Yeah, D Stan Guy. Yeah, okay. So he went undefeated the whole day. Whole day. Now let's take a look at the decks, guys. Let's take a look at the decks. It is first, but you've got D Stan Guy, right? Playing your kind of new age Seraph Snow deck. He is running this card. This is the new card. This lets you kind of force your opponent to put a card from the hand into the prism and then draw cards. So I guess can kind of mill out your opponent, which is nice, but also feel your prison. But you know, it lets them choose what to put in, and then it lets them draw a card. I just don't like that. I just don't like that part, you know. But it's been pretty popular, to be honest. It's been pretty popular, so it's pretty interesting to see this. Then in second place, we actually have a Lemonon deck, right? 2 Lemonons here, and he's also running 2 of that kind of hand prison, right? I guess. But yeah, this 2 Lemonon is pretty interesting. I think this is it the second or third time we've seen Lemonon today? Right? Maybe it's getting some love, right? Getting some love. Then in top 4 we had Bruce, right? This is, I think, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. We're seeing the Big Shield Bruce, right? Big Shield Bruce again, right? So kind of seeing a trend here, which is, I'm gonna take notes. He has running 7 draws. Actually running 7 draws. That maybe take half notes. Take half notes, or if you like draws, take more notes. Right? More notes. He's not running any crit, by the way. Very greedy. And then a Roro deck. Okay, we can kind of skip this. We know them. Quenlu deck again. This one is running the original Quenlu, no Marjorie's tactics. So this is kind of, I think this Quenlu kind of build is kind of figured out, right? And then he's also running this one that gets a crit to the Vanguard. I'm sure in Final Rush. That's pretty cool. And then we have Roro again, skippable. But then we have Clarissa, right? Kind of skippable as well, but he's running 30k shields, right? Pretty crazy. And then lastly, we have the Shaman King. I actually don't know what the Shaman King deck does. I think the Over Trigger does 1 damage to your opponent, right? Is he running that one? Right. Yeah, he just does 1 damage, so you can win on 5. Like if they're on 5 and trigger, you win. That's the only thing I know about That's the only thing I know about Shaman King, but it should be good to check out. Maybe we'll do a research sometime on it. But then we have Premium. All right. So Premium, we have first place with Narukami, and then I guess there's a lot of top fours. So maybe something happened. I think they maybe ran out of. I think they ran out of time. They ran out of time, so one person came first. And a lot of people came fourth. But basically, we can look at it as a top four. It's a top four. Everyone kind of wins except one person won more. Okay. So I'm actually reading this part. And apparently, 3 of the tables in top 8 ran out of time. So does that mean, like... 3 tables just get double game lost? And then one guy wins? Like, okay. Then in top 4 we had a Grand Blue, and then we had a Gold Paladin. This is Shirode, so she actually went to Worlds once, and WGP World once. And Big Gigurt fan, and then Chikshi was playing Oracle Think Tank. Pretty interesting. And then, let's look at this. So, first place, well, Narukami, that was first place. Actually, how many people joined? Maybe not that many people joined. Actually, no, 28 people joined. So, a good amount. So, there were 4 Oracle Think Tanks, 4 Link Joker. Link Joker, very popular in Japan. Gold Paladin had 3, Grand Blue, Narukami 2. So, yeah, everything was kind of split. But 28 people for Premium in Japan is not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, let's take a look at... We already spoiled ourselves. Eradicator deck, right? Cool. Right, you know. He's running the Descendant Superior Ride. So, I guess it's kind of cheesy. Pretty cheesy. Guess what? You know, because Descendant's out, you can Superior Ride up. Nice deck. And then just do Stunverse. Is he running 2 Stunverse? Is 2 Stunverse enough? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. Then we have the Grand Blue. So at least this is not Ghosty Gize. At least this is not Ghosty Gize. I'm just saying that he's putting in some interesting tech here. You got the Fox that stops that helps you protect some of your units. And 1 Bobo, like, it's a lot of one-off copies. Lots of one-off copies, man. Yeah, crazy. Okay, 4 ghost ships. 4 ghost ships, really? It's pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay, here's a goal list. This one's got Ezel. It's also got Gurguit. I mean, I can see why. And then Gurguit, 30k shield. Okay, all right. You know, you can Ezel up, Ezel Superior right up. You know, Bestsock. Bestsock's cool. Did you got the GBA? Yeah, there we go. GBA combo. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, Gurguit. Lots of 3s. Only 3 Percival. I feel like the Percival is like so good. Like, this is such a great card. It should be a 4. It should be a 4. Yeah, alright, that's cool. It's cool. It's an interesting Gurguit Ezel premium list. And then lastly, we got Oracle Think Tank. Yeah. I mean, it's got Tsukuyomi until 2. And then you ride Battle Sister, Mars, or Promise Daughter. Promise Daughter is pretty cool. And then you have Otogasame Hime. She draws 2, I guess. Not bad. Haven't played draw 2, right? Yeah. No. There's no Amaterasu. Maybe we don't need Amaterasu. Maybe I'm just I don't know. Maybe we don't need Amaterasu. At least they have 4 Ichikishima. At least they have 4 Ichikishima. So that's nice. I mean, that's cool. Alright, so big reveals today. Lots of standard stuff, right? Take those notes for standard, pretty important. V-Prem was interesting. And then Premium was pretty interesting as well. You know? Yeah, I think the point we have to take from here is that people are still playing in the other formats, right? Seeing more Premium results is a good thing. Because, I mean, before no one would play Premium in Japan, but now at least getting people playing. How many were in V-Prem? Yes, there was actually more Premium players than VPREM players. It's pretty crazy. Four melodies. Right? So yeah, it's good. It's good to see all the formats. I mean, if you think about it, they were like halving each of the standard tournaments. So it's good to see that, you know, all the formats are kind of being played in Japan, and it's not just one standard format, which is a great thing. It's a great thing, right? So let me know what you guys think of the results, right? Lots of standard results. Did they surprise you? Did they surprise you? Did they not? Yeah, let me know, guys. It's good to see the tournaments are back, and hopefully our tournaments come back next year too. See you next video, boys. Bye.